I think I'm supposed to quote Sun Tzu here, but I don't watch anime, so I'll take lines from the Gamer's Bible instead. Know why you want to get better. Tyler Ninja Blevins. Part 1. The Beginning. So I'd been playing Skyblock for a bit, doing some mining, doing some foraging, without much of an idea of what to do, when I decided to build a sugarcane farm. I needed some money and heard it was a good way to get it. It took a while to build, and after farming it a bit, I quickly realised it wasn't going to be enough. So I ended up building 2 more layers. I was farming sugarcane a few days later, when I noticed that my farming level was getting pretty high. I decided to challenge myself to get farming 50 before October, which would require me to farm about 8 hours a day for about 2 weeks. That's where the addiction started. I began dedicating almost all of my free time to farming, without really knowing why. On the 27th of September, 3 days before the deadline, I reached farming 50. I decided I'd stop farming there, as I'd already hit farming 50 and it was taking up a huge portion of my free time. It would be dumb to waste so much of my time on what's just a game. Part 2. Back in the game. The phrase, "it's just a game," is such a weak mindset. You are okay with what happened, losing, imperfection of a craft. When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. There's always something to learn and always room for improvement. Never settle. After getting farming 50, I tried to do other things in Skyblock, but I just constantly felt drawn to farming sugarcane. I missed it. I yearned for it. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore, and I gave in to my unholy desires. I returned to farming. It was glorious. I farmed longer than ever before. In just a few weeks, I went from being 1,000th on the sugarcane leaderboards to being top 100. I was going to go for the top spot. I was going to become sugarcane number 1. I crafted 27 sugarcane minions and got 27 flycatchers. I spent hundreds of millions of coins on catalysts and cookies to make them faster. I developed an advanced placement technique based on the sprinklers from Stardew Valley. I put a level 100 Pretty Rabbit on my ult to AFK with to make them even faster. I spent 10 hours making a massive AFK sugarcane farm with the pig pet so I could farm cane even while I slept. I built an Aztec temple to keep my minions in. I even built an entire 4th layer on my sugarcane farm just because I thought it would look nice. Part 3. Knowledge. In Ninja's Get Good, My Ultimate Guide to Gaming, he lists the 4 pillars of improvement: strategy, mechanics, tactics, and knowledge. I had a strategy, I knew the ins and outs of sugarcane farming methods, and I knew some advanced tactics I could use to outwit my opponents. All I needed was the knowledge of who those opponents were. I realised that if I wanted to get the top spot, I would have to know who I was up against. My extensive and arduous research showed me something that shocked me. Nothing. I couldn't find a single person bragging about getting top 10 on the sugarcane collection, let alone first. This led me to one conclusion. This wasn't a case of man vs man. It was man vs machine. Sugarcane is the crop for bot accounts to farm. Being both good for money and farming XP makes sugarcane perfect for botters and macroers. I'll be honest. Once I realised this, I was starting to feel defeated. I thought about giving up. But that's not the ninja way. He inspired me. He kept me going through thick and thin. I kept farming. I didn't farm less, I farmed more. I put in insane hours. I got 100,000 guild experience in one day. Not just once, not twice, but 25 days in a row. I reached top 50 collection. I reached top 25. I reached top 10. I even reached top 5. I was ready to go for the top spot. Until Hypixel changed everything. Part 4. The Farming Update. On November 7th, a new farming update was released. The update added a ton of new ways to farm quicker, including raising the farming level cap from 50 to 60, purchasable farming drop buffs, and new hoes that upgraded the longer that you farmed. This all seemed well and good, but there was a problem. I only had sugarcane farms. If you wanted to unlock farming 60, you needed 10 different unique gold medals, meaning you needed a farm of every type. I would need to build a lot. And so I started. I spent hours designing farms, maximizing builders' wand efficiency, and executing upon those designs. I built and harvested these new farms for over 24 hours without sleeping. And then I woke up and I'd do it again. I made a carrot farm, a wheat farm, a potato farm, and a netherwort farm. Then I made a cactus farm, a mushroom farm, a cocoa beans farm, a melon farm, and a pumpkin farm. It took me just 3 days after the update released to achieve farming 60. And by God, it was worth it. With the new farming boost, I could farm sugarcane at a pace almost 3 times faster than before. In just a few days of grinding, I was second in sugarcane collection. I was on the cusp of greatness. Part 5. At what cost? I've farmed for all this time, but I never answered the original question. Why do I want to get better? Why do I want sugarcane number 1? What was the point of all this? What did I dedicate 2 months of my life to? To this day, I still can't answer that question. I feel like I should be able to answer that question. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I am. I continued to farm, not knowing why, not knowing if I was still me. Eventually, I hit sugarcane number 1. It was nice. I flexed it around for a bit, but I didn't feel excited. I didn't feel happy. I didn't even feel relieved. I just felt nothing.